I love that question. Parang di pa ako natanong yan ever since. Meron na akong pinanggagalingan. Mas intentional talaga. That's the perfect term, I'd say. I love that so much and super nakaka-relate ako sa sinabi mo. Kailangan kong pilitin yung sarili ko na kaya ka walang masulat kasi hindi ka nagsusulat at all. Oh my! Alam mo, dream ko yan. Parang nag-cringe na rin ako. Sabi ko, ay, mature na ako. Meron ako face na ganon. Instead of being yung pinakamalaking artist, mas gusto kong mag-iwan ng impact dito sa mundo bago ako umalis. Or like, sorry, sorry guys. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Sorry. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chris, and welcome to another episode of Once and Always a Fanboy. Some artists write songs you listen to. Others write songs that quietly become part of your life. Our guest today has built a catalog filled with music that people return to during both the biggest moments and the quietest ones. Today, we're diving into the creative mind behind those songs and the passions that inspire her away from the spotlight. Fangirls and fanboys, Sid Hartha.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, fangirls and fanboys.
Yes.
Thanks for having me here.
Yes. If I wanted to understand where Sid Hartha came from as a songwriter, I don't think I'd start like with your first single. I'd probably start with a YouTube recommendation because somewhere along the algorithm you stumbled onto So Far Manila,
Yeah.
right? And somehow that turned into this career. Looking back now, was it really that one video that changed your life, or was that just the first time that you realized that there was a place in this world for a voice like yours?
Yung video talaga na yon nung nakita ko siya. Kasi nung una, nung bata pa lang ako, gusto ko lang tumugtog, ganon. Wala pa sa isip ko na magsulat. Like, gusto ko lang kumanta, gusto ko mag-perform. Tapos nung nakita ko yung video na yon, specifically yung video ni Reese Lansangan, na Exploration Number 5 yung kananta niya. Sabi ko, gusto ko maging ganyan. Gusto ko rin magsulat ng mga kanta ko. And yun. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you.
People often ask artists like what success feels like. Pero for me, I'm curious about the opposite. What's something you've become less interested in chasing over the years?
I'd say the numbers siguro.
Yeah.
Like, kasi dati syempre gusto ko maging sikat, gusto ko maging andon.
Yeah.
Pero ngayon, well, that's nice also.
Yeah.
Like, kung mapupunta ako doon, edi, I'd be glad. And gusto ko rin yun. Pero hindi na siya yung parang pinaka gusto kong mangyari. Like, instead of, andito ako sa part ng life ko as an artist na instead of being yung pinakamalaking artist, mas gusto kong mag-iwan ng impact dito
Very
sa mundo
nice.
bago ako umalis. Or like, sorry, sorry guys. Pero parang bago ako, kasi di natin alam eh.
Yes.
Like habang andito pa ako, gusto kong mag-leave ng something. Kasi binigyan ako ng ganitong gift. So that, parang feeling ko meron akong responsibility na gamitin to ng tama in a way na gusto ko yung mga kanta ko, merong something na makukuha ka doon. And yun, gusto ko ng impact.
And because of that, na you've been in the industry for like a couple of years na. I mean, you've grown as an artist and as a songwriter. But I'm also curious, do you think you're braver on stage now? Or were you braver when you didn't know any better yet?
I love that question. Parang di pa ako natanong yan ever since. Pero I'd say na mas brave ako ngayon. Kasi mas intentional na yung pag-perform ko. Dati kasi gusto ko lang tumugtog. Well, brave din siya in a way. Pero may kaba pa siya na feeling ko para sa akin lang yung
Parang now
perform.
mas focused yung
Oo.
bravery. No?
Yes. Like, meron na akong pinanggagalingan. Mas intentional talaga. That's the perfect term, I'd say. Mas, every performance, parang meron akong goal talaga.
Can you like cite an example? Like, was there like maybe a specific performance recently or something that you remember that question really hits home?
I have a song called Ayaw, and it's about the importance of consent. And medyo dark siya, medyo heavy. And isa yun sa mga kanta ko na parang pinaka-empowering, I'd say. Kasi not a lot of songs talk about that. And whenever I perform that, usually sa mga events, especially pag Women's Month, pag March talaga, and I talk about that a lot. I sing about it. I sing that song a lot. And parang dun ko dun ko na nalalabas yung yung power ng kantang yun and nung, yun.
Na ma-manifest siya on stage.
Yes.
I'm curious also because I think I heard like you write with your guitar, diba? But if someone took away your guitar for a year, what kind of songwriter do you think you'd become?
Oh my, alam mo, dream ko yan. Parang gusto kong matutong magsulat ng kanta na walang guitar. Pero paano, di naman ako marunong mag-produce, ganun-ganun. Pero, ano ba, gusto ko pag R&B. Pero yung boses ko, hindi siya pang R&B eh. So, ewan ko, dream ko pag yung pop star. Hindi lang halata, pero di ko alam eh. Di ko alam kung pure pop ba. Meron ako mga collaborations noon before na medyo pop talaga. Like yung kay Sarah Barrios na
Yeah.
All My Sins and yung cover ko ng Carnival with Tokimeki Records. Parang gusto kong mag-try ng mga ganun.
Kunyari, when you specifically write songs, you need the guitar. Kunyari, your guitar is here and then pen and paper, ganon.
Yeah, kailangan ko talaga.
Kailangan.
Pag binubuo ko na siya. Kasi may times na, lalo na ngayon, na parang bigla lang umaapaw yung melodies. Melodies naman ngayon ang nauna. Kunwari, naliligo lang ako or nasa traffic or wala lang, bigla lang siya lumalabas. Parang doon siya nabubuo tapos saka ko na susulatan or iaano. Kakailanganin ko lang yung guitar ko pag tatapusin ko na siya. Or like, pag, okay, ito na. Pag gusto ko na siyang lagyan ng words. Ganun.
Got it. Speaking of writing, when you're stuck writing, do you think the answer to that is usually to just write, continue writing lang, or to stop and go out and live life a little longer?
Oh, that's a hard question kasi ang sagot ko dyan, pareho eh. Depende talaga siya sa mood ko. May mga times na kailangan kong pilitin yung sarili ko na kaya ka walang masulat kasi hindi ka nagsusulat at all. So, kailangan mo i-push yung self mo. Magsulat ka pa ng magsulat. Parang ngayon, yun ang problem ko. Like, ang hirap bumuo ng lyrics, ng words. Pero fault ko rin yun kasi hindi na ako nag-journal masyado. But at the same time, may times naman na hindi ko talaga pwedeng pilitin. Kung wala akong masabi, wala akong masulat, that's okay. May mga times talaga na ganon. And ayokong pilitin.
When it comes to songwriting or songwriters in general, people think na there's a correct way of writing until maybe you grow up and then you realize maybe that's not how it's supposed to be. What's a songwriting rule you used to believe in that you've completely abandoned since it doesn't work for you anymore?
I wouldn't say completely abandoned, pero ang music rule siguro na akala ko dapat talaga before ay yung tamang arrangement ng kanta na dapat may intro, dapat may verse, dapat after ng verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Well, I still do that and I don't think I've abandoned that completely. Pero na-realize ko like while writing songs, I don't really have to follow that. Like pwedeng free-flowing lang siya. Pwedeng isa lang yung chorus, I guess. Kanta pa rin naman siya. Ewan ko kung paano yung tatanggapin ng tao or paano siya ano. Pero ganun talaga.
Because I grew up, well, off camera, we somehow discussed my age. Because when I was growing up, songs were 3 to 4 to 5 minutes
Oh
long.
my, oo.
There's a bridge, guitar solo.
Heavy instrumentals.
Yes. And now, diba, 2 minutes. It's like, it's such a different time. So that I was curious lang talaga how that works for you. And speaking of like parts of a song, which part actually gives you more trouble? Like recently, finding the right chorus or writing that second verse where you have to keep the story going.
Ang pinakamahirap sa akin, ever since naman, is writing the verse. Ay, wait, ang hirap nun ah.
Kasi diba, once you have the first verse and the chorus, it's like, oh, I have like a
Yan na.
basic,
oo.
and then how do I continue that? How do you make that second verse still powerful?
Yeah, yan ang pinaka-struggle ko. Kasi ang dami kong drafts, ang dami kong kanta na hanggang ngayon verse 1, verse 2. Ay, verse 1, chorus 1.
Yeah.
Tapos paano ko itutuloy to? Paano ko sasabihin sa ibang parts ng song yung main thought na to? So yun yung challenge, yun yung tricky for me. Pero ayun.
What's trickier for you? Finding the right melody for the song or finding the right title when you're done with it?
Dati, melody, hirap na hirap ako doon kasi lagi kong inuuna yung lyrics first. Ngayon, okay na ako sa melody. Pero yung title minsan,
title,
mahirap siyang
di ba?
hanapan ng perfect ano. Kasi yan na siya eh. Like, hindi mo na siya mapapalitan ever. And yun na yung face niya eh, ng
Yeah.
song na yun. Title, mahirap siyang
Mahirap,
hanapan ng something special or something
Yeah.
na as much as possible, ikaw lang.
But have you had that experience na the song was starting pa lang pero alam ko, ito yung title?
Tila Tala. Gandang-ganda na ako sa Tila Tala nun. Yung two words na yun.
Yes.
So sabi ko, gusto ko yan. Ano pa ba? Marami pa akong ganyan eh. Gabay also. Meron akong song na Gabay. Yun yung name din ng EP ko. Nung sinusulat ko yung chorus, sabi ko, gabay na talaga to. Yun.
Great. Pero you also said na music isn't your whole life
Yeah.
anymore. Has having a fuller life outside of this industry actually made you feel like a better songwriter? Does it come back to it?
Kahit I have a life, a whole life
Yeah.
outside music, andyan pa rin yung music. Like, never ako lumayo sa
Like a
kanya.
little break lang. Like a little...
Siguro from time to time,
time to time.
ganon. In a way, oo. Like, nakakatulong din siya sa songwriting ko kasi it was burnout.
Yes.
Kasi kailangan, hindi naman pwedeng isa lang yung outlet ko.
Very.
Kasi pag na-expose ako dun masyado, parang kahit yung utak ko mauumay din na parang ito na lang ulit. So, habang madami akong iba't ibang pwedeng gawin, like, kaya ko siyang balikan na buong-buo ulit. Na, ayun, na makakabalik ako dun na talagang balik. Na
Refreshed.
focus. Yes,
and
refreshed.
energized.
Perfect term, yeah.
I also find it interesting that people find so much comfort in your songs because I imagine writing them. Like sometimes the experience of writing it could be hard because you're alone with your thoughts. It can sometimes get dark.
Very.
Were you surprised that those songs became the ones people connected with the most?
Yes, super. Kasi when I write my heavy songs, I have a lot of them. Pag mga ganun, akala ko, like, ako lang yung nakakagets. Or like, akala ko, dahil super personal siya sa akin, ako lang yung makakaintindi. And ako lang yung matutulungan niya. Pero with a lot of my songs, nagugulat ako na may mga tao na nakaka-relate din doon. Like when they talk to me, my listeners, nag-share sila na natulungan ako nitong kanta mo ng sobra. Sobrang laking bagay nun sa akin. And nagugulat pa rin ako until now. And ang dami na rin nagme-message sa akin ng mga very personal experiences nila. And ang laking bagay ulit nun for me. Kasi never ko naman inakalang doon ako madadala ng music ko. Na yung music ko ay makakatulong din sa mga tao somehow. Kung paano man ako natutulungan ng songs ko. And that's really nice. And that's what keeps me going, really. Yung mga little things like that, na akala nila maliit na bagay lang, parang pag nag-open up nga sila sa akin, or minsan ginagamit nila yung lyrics ko sa graduation nila, kinakanta nila yung
Very
kanta
nice.
ko sa, ano yun? Moving Up Day ba yun? Ginamit
Oh, yeah.
ng students yun. Parang teacher nila yung iyak talaga ako. Kasi, oh my gosh, hindi ko naman, alam mo yun, parang akala ko hopeful song lang siya for me. Tapos, kakaiba yung feeling na, yung mga kanta ko yung ginagamit nila sa ganun. Sa super special day nila. So, parang, oh my gosh, magic.
That's great.
Masarap sa heart.
What for you makes a great creative partner? Someone who keeps on pushing you to do more, or someone who respects where you are now, like respects your sound? I think there are a lot of people who like yung mga tough love.
gusto lang ma-pressure sila.
I'm not one of those, but diba, some people thrive in those.
I thrive best when it comes to collaborations when I work with people na ka-vibes ko talaga. Like, super, may chemistry kami, and gets naman yung isa't isa, nire-respeto niya kung ano yung sound ko, yung type ko, how I work. And kapag ganun din siya, and pag nagkakasundo lang kami talaga, doon ako nag-thrive, and yun yung comfort zone ko. Pero I believe na from time to time, kailangan ko rin yung mga collaborations sa talagang,
Push you a bit, no?
ma-push talaga ako. Kasi, kailangan ko rin yun just to grow.
As we mentioned before, you've had a lot of years na doing this. And maybe sometimes me, also, like when I listen to some of my old stuff, but I cringe a bit when I hear like one of my the first one, even if that's the one that got you known. Do you think every artist eventually has to make peace with that version of themselves that first introduced them to the world, especially as they continue to grow beyond that version?
I love that so much and super nakaka-relate ako sa sinabi mo. Kailangan talaga dumating sa point ng lahat ng artists na mag-grow out of that cringe. Kasi ganun din ako dati. Kasi diba yung mga una kong kanta, very hugot, very love song or heartbreak, ganun. Tapos nung nag-start na ako magsimula ng mga paro-paro, na medyo iba na yung themes niya compared to dun sa mga hugot-hugot. Ayoko siyang tugtugin. Like, ayoko tugtugin yung tila, tala, iglap. Hindi na ako yan eh. Parang nag-cringe na rin ako. Sabi ko, ay, mature na ako. Meron ako face na ganon. Pero eventually, na-realize ko nga, nag-sink in sa akin na, bakit ko naman ikakahiya yung old songs ko o kaya yung covers ko? Gusto ko silang i-delete lahat nun. Hindi ko alam kung anong meron sa akin. Kasi nahihiya ako.
Okay, yeah.
Nagka-cringe din talaga ako.
Yeah.
Kagaya ng sabi mo kanina. Pero buti lang hindi ko ginawa at tinuloy-tuloy ko pa rin. Kasi ito yung mga nagdala sa akin dito eh. Dito ako nakilala ng mga taong sumusuporta sa akin ngayon. And ayun. So pag pinaplay ko siya ngayon, live yung Tila-Tala or my other old songs, ang sarap pa rin sa feeling. Kasi parang bumabalik yung self ko na yun. Na parang pag nakita siguro ako ng self ko na yun, ang galing mo. Alam na nila yung song mo. Ganun.
If years from now people only remember one Siddhartha song, which one do you hope they choose? Not because it's like your biggest hit, but because it just feels the most like you.
Gabay talaga. I think yun yung pinaka ako. Kung gusto mo akong makilala, hindi lang as an artist, pero as an individual, kung saan nanggagaling lahat ng songs ko, lahat ng hugot ko, I think Gabay would be the song. And makikita mo rin, maririnig mo rin naman din dun yung artistry ko. Feeling ko yun yung pinaka intro song for me, I guess.
Very nice.
Gabay.
So to end, since my show is called Once and Always a Fanboy, I'm gonna just ask a few quick fire fangirl questions. So who are you fangirling over lately?
Matagal na ako nag-fangirl over her and hindi na siya nawala sa akin. Obsessed pa rin ako sa kanya, Ariana Grande.
Oh, okay.
I love her so much. Like,
Hindi lang recently, forever.
hindi.
Forever.
Ang tagal na. Like, every year siguro ang top artist ko, Ariana Grande.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, okay.
As in, walang halong joke. Ariana Grande and Doja Cat. Sorry, pop girl talaga ako.
Great. Okay. What fandom would surprise people that you're totally geeking out over?
Now?
Yeah.
I don't think meron akong fandom ngayon na eh. Pero, pwede ba dati?
Yeah.
Directioner ako na hardcore. Hardcore directioner ako nun.
What's that? Sorry.
One Direction.
Okay. Pero,
Tagal na.
I'm telling the people, I'm not that old. I do know One Direction, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Tagal na kasi.
Okay. So, walang like medyo
Bago.
underground na parang magugulat yung mga tao na, ay, fan pala si Sid.
Kung ano na yung pinapakita ko, yun na talaga ako. You see is what you get, guys. No
Okay.
secrets.
Okay. That's
This
good
is me.
also.
That's it.
Last album you couldn't stop replaying.
There are 3.
Okay.
Yung una, hindi ko, wait lang. Pwede ba check yung Spotify
Of
ko? Kasi hindi ko
course.
memorize yung mga, meron akong playlist ng mga gusto kong pakinggan per quarter
Per quarter.
of the year. Yes.
Wow.
Iano ko sa inyo yung second quarter.
Okay.
2026 quarter to. Ang dami mong ano. Teka lang.
So, hindi sa specific album, talagang playlist.
Album
talaga.
playlist siya ng albums.
Okay.
Kasi,
Na nakatuloy-tuloy.
oo, kasi pag nakikinig ako ng album, gusto ko chronologically. Or like
Got
kung ano yung pagkakasunod niya. Ayoko
Okay,
ng
okay.
shuffle. Hindi ako fan ng shuffle.
Okay.
Ayan. Sweet Trip, You Will Never Know Why. Big Thief. Teka lang. Dragon, New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You. I love Big Thief. I love Adrian Lenker. Hindi ko alam na siya pala to. Tsaka The Weepies.
Okay.
Say I Am. Say I Am You. Ayun.
Grabe. I didn't recognize anyone you just said. Okay.
Scary.
I'll try to
Sige.
listen to some of them.
Nice sila.
Last movie that completely pulled you in. Do you like?
I'm not a
yun-
movie girl. Pero obsession siguro pag movies.
Ooh.
Kasi yun lang yung
like you watched it
I
sa
love.
theater.
Yes.
Oh, that's the best.
Alone.
Alone.
Yeah, I loved it. As
You know
in,
that was the only movie na me and my wife na experience namin in a long time na sold out.
talaga.
Like kasi
Grabe
usually
kasi.
we can easily buy we went to the mall mga 4 p.m. sold out until the last showing. But
Grabe
yeah,
kasi siya.
Obsession.
Yeah. Ganda.
Chills. What about last series you binge watched?
Ako yung type kasi na, I love series. I'm a series girl talaga. Pero hindi ako yung type na hindi isang series lang. Like, depende sa mood. Ang dami ko pinapanood. Ngayon, ang mga favorite ko, kakatapos ko lang ng Teach You a Lesson. Tapos ngayon, hinahalo-halo ko Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
Nag-rewatch ako ng Gilmore Girls.
Oh, Gilmore Girls.
I love
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls. Second time ko na siyang ni-rewatch ngayon.
Okay.
Tsaka, Love on the Spectrum.
Oh.
Ayun, Juvenile Justice. Iba-iba talaga. Depende sa mood ko.
Okay.
Ano pa ba? Ayun.
Okay. Last, who's one artist you still get nervous meeting? Even if you're friends na. Yung peers na.
Ang pinaka nag-fangirl ako. Hindi ko na siya nakikita ngayon kasi nasa Japan na siya. Pero si Riz Lansangan talaga.
Oh,
siya,
from
siya
the
talaga.
start.
Oo,
From the
talaga.
start.
Like, nakita ko siya sa 123 block nung umuwi siya dito tapos nag-gig siya. My God, nanginginig talaga ako. As in, grabe. Tapos nagpapapicture ako. Andun yung younger self ko na sobrang nag-fangirl sa kanya. Never na nawala yun sa akin. Siguro next time na makita ko siya ulit.
Ganun pa rin.
Hi, Miss Reese. Joke, maging ganun pa rin ako.
I guess-
Ako, natatakot na ano ako. I love her so much.
I guess it makes sense because if that was the first video,
Yeah.
so I'm sure that really has an impact for you.
Super.
So that's it. You survived
Oo, kaya nga.
the once and always a
Kinakabahan ako
fanboy
talaga.
journey. See,
Yes, thank
easy. So before we end, if you have any final words to mga supporters mo, mga fans mo, if you have anything to promote, you can just talk straight to that camera.
Sa lahat ng supporters ko, ng listeners, sa siblings ko, maraming salamat sa pag-support niyo sa music ko and sa pagsama sa akin sa journey na to. Lalong-lalo na yung mga nakilala ko covers pa lang, tapos andito pa rin kayo. Guys, thank you. And yun, sana abangan niyo pa yung mga future releases ko and mga future ganaps, events. And yeah.
Thank you so much. See,
you so
this
much
was
for having me.
easy.
Hell yeah.
Chill.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for your time and
Thank you.
good luck on everything else. Yay!
Once in